sixth graders, this is your math video for Tuesday, May 26th. So I'm going to first of all read through the adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing answers. So I want you to be able to get those answers. And then we're going to move on to the stuff that I want you to do today. Okay, so get that packet. If you don't have it, pause the video, grab your packet. You're going to check your work and see if you did these correctly. So see how you did on these four concepts. Okay, I'm just saying them. I'm not going to write them, so you're going to have to really listen carefully. But going across, going with the numbers. Okay, number 1, 5/8. Number 2, 1/2. Number 3, 3/4. Number 4, 9/10. Number 5, 19/20. Number 6, 8/15. Number 7, 11/12. Number 8, 17/20. Number 9, 61 and 23/72. Number 10, 30 and 13/21. Number 11, 91 and 1/6. And number 12, 179 and 1/2. Okay, now let's go on to subtracting. So subtraction of fractions. Okay, that's our next one, subtracting fractions. Okay, going across. Number 1, 1/2. Number 2, 2/9. Number 3, 3/10. Number 4, 1/12. Number 5, 4/15. Number 6, 1/18. Number 7, 1/6. Number 8, 19/30. Number 9, 3/10. Number 10, 2 and 1/2. Number 11, 5 and 11/24. And number 12, 5 5/8. Okay, now we're going on to multiplying. You have 2 boxes. So here we go. I'm just going to go straight across. I'll just read the answers and I'm just going to keep going through those answers. Okay, so check your work. Here we go. First box, this started with a 1/2. I'm going to go right here now. 3/10, 1/4, 1/3, 1/12, 1/16. Okay, now the second row starts with a 3/8, 9/40, 3/16, 1/4, 1/16, 3/64. Okay, now we're going to start with the one that has 4/7, 12/35, 2/7, 8/21, 2/21, 1/14. Okay, next row starts with a 5/8, 3/8, 5/16, 5/12, 5/48, 5/64. Okay, our last row starts with a 1/10, 1/10, 3/50, 1/20, 1/15, 1/60, 1/80. Okay, let's go down to the bottom box. We're starting here with the 1/4, 1/8, 3/16, 1/24, 3/32, 1/12. Okay, next row, starting with a 1/8, 1/16, 3/32, 1/48, 3/64, 1/24. Okay, starting with the row with the 1/5, 1/10, 3/20, 1/30, 3/40, 1/15. Okay, starting with 2 7s, 1/7, 3/14, 1/21, 3/28, and 2/21. Okay, last row, 1/3, 1/6, 1/4, 1/18, 1/1/8, 1/9. All right, last page that you guys were to have done, dividing fractions. Okay, here we go, starting on number 1, 2. Number 2, 1/12. Number 3, 0. Number 4, 2/15. Number 5, 4 1/2. Number 6, 17 and 3/5. Okay, starting on the next row, number 7, 1/4, 8 5/7, 9, 4 and 1/2. Okay, number 10, 1. Number 11, 29/64. Number 12, 5 and 1/10. Okay, last row, 13, should have 4, 14, 3, 15, 6 over 77. All right, you're going to be finishing up the last page, which is a front and a back. My packet looks a little differently than yours, but front and back. And I'm just going to go over that quickly, and then what else, the other page that you're going to be doing today. Okay, so this is all review. The first page is fractions to decimals. So I just did number 1, 2, and 3 for you so that you can see and be refreshed on how to do this. If it is 7 over 10, that would be the same as 0.7. That is in the tenth spot. If it is 78, like number 2 over 100, that is 0.78, tenths, hundredth spot. If we need to write this as a decimal, 3 and 2 over 100, 3 is a whole number, so there's 3.3, and you could say it either way. 2 over 100, tenths, hundreds, that would be 3.02. Okay, so there's how we do those. If it is a whole number, make sure you keep it a whole number. Then put in your decimal, and then you'll put in your put your decimal in, and then what would come after your decimal. Okay, make sure it lands in the right spot. Okay, now going down to this part, comparing fractions, that's actually on the back of your page. I'm just going to review this. I think you've actually done this page as I was looking at it. But if I remember right, I don't think we did really that great on it. A lot of people were a bit confused. I think we'll do better now at this time of year, but let me make sure you understand what you are doing. Okay, so if you look at comparing fractions to and decimals, and if you have a number line, let's say here on number 1, this is at the top of your page, and you see a 0, and you see a 1/2, and you see a 1. And these numbers right here are supposed to go into these boxes. There are 3 boxes on this side of the half, and there are 3 boxes on this side of the half. And you need to put these into the right boxes. We need to make sure that we do this. Okay, these need to fall between 0 and 1/2. So we've got to look at our things over here. Some are in fraction form, some are in decimal. So we have to decide, box 1, box 2, box 3, where would these things fall? Well, some kids like to turn things into a decimal. So if I took my 3/4, I could say, oh, well, that would be like 0.75. Those are the same. I could take 1 and divide it by 8, and I'm going to get a decimal if I wanted to do that. 7 divided by 8, get a decimal. Another way to look at it is, if I have 8 things, and I have 7 of the 8, I'm really close to being 1 over 1. Like 8 out of 8 equals 1. So obviously my 7/8 is going to be really close here to number 1. My 0.25, that's not even a half yet. Remember, 1/2 is 0.550 if we want to make it. So that's going to be somewhere over here. 0.75, oh, that's going to be in between my 1/2 and my 1. That's 0.50 here, 0.25 in here, 0 will be here, 25 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents, $1. Okay, so you've got to figure out where would these land on that line. Okay, let's be able to convert. That's something we have done a lot this year. We need to be able to do that. Okay, now go down to the second part. There is a number line again. It goes from 0, 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.81. Think of it as money. 0 money, 20 cents, 40 cents, 60 cents, 80 cents, $1. Okay, however you want to look at this. Now, there are questions like this. For number 2, right beside the number line, it gives us 10 out of 11. And there you're going to have a bunch of letters up here. You've got to figure out which letter matches 10 out of 11. Okay, I've given you letters of the ones I'm doing with you because I want you to see this. T is between 0.8, that'd be like 80 cents. This would be like $1. 10 out of 11, that's almost like 11 out of 11. If I have 11 out of 11, I have one whole thing. So for number 2, the letter T would be appropriate. That's the letter that would match that fraction. Okay, we're going to do number 9 together. 1 out of 16. I hardly even need to think about that. If I only have 1 out of 16 things, 16 parts, I only have 1, that has to be super close to having 0. So that would be letter L. Okay, so you're gonna fill in the rest of these. There's a bunch of letters up here that go with those fractions. Okay, the last little bit at the bottom is a ruler. So it is going from 0 to 4 inches and a little bit above 4 inches. Now, there is letters above the ruler, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and J. You need to put down those letters with the appropriate fractions or mixed numbers or decimals. Okay, number 11, there's a letter that should go with that. So what letter would it be appropriate with 1.1875? 1 is a whole number. Now these are inches, 1 whole inch, 2 whole inch. Okay, number 11, you should have letter C. That's 1.18. That C is barely past 1. That would fit. Okay, I'll do number 11 with you. That was the answer. How about number 13? 3/1. Okay, that is letter H. H is right above 3. Remember, whole numbers over 1, 3/1 is just 3. Okay, so I did a couple with you on the bottom part. That should give you a help fill in the rest of those letters. Okay, that is the rest of this packet, the fractions, and then that last page, decimals. The last page, fractions to decimals, and on the back side for yours, mine's a little different, comparing. Okay, so you will finish up that packet. Now, the next thing we're going to do, I talked about this on Zoom, is we are going to be doing some algebraic work that's a little bit more like a 7th grade level. Now, I'm going to do some with you, and then you're going to finish up the page. That is this packet right here. It looks like this. So you're going to be starting on this page here. It says practice 2-5, solving equations by adding or subtracting. Now, I'm not going to do 1 through 25 with you. These are all ones that you are going to do. But I am going to do, I'm going to start number 2. We're going to do this aisle here, this column, and we're going to do quite a few of them. I don't know how far we'll get down to, we'll see. So we're going to go down this one. I started it up on the board, and I'm going to show you. Now, when I get to number 6, I'm going to show you something. I want you to really pay attention because this is kind of this new way of thinking I want you to be processing to get you ready for 7th grade with this whole idea of positives and negatives. Okay, so here we go, number 2. Now, we are solving for a variable. We've been doing this a lot this year. So if we're going to solve for a variable, we are going to need to get the variable alone. Okay, so if we have p here, p plus 37, and we need to get this p alone, remember we're going to take this right here and bring it to the other side. So we're going to go 837, we're going to go minus 37 equals p. So I took this right here, it was a positive 37, I bring it over here, it becomes a negative 37. That means p equals, well, 837 minus 37 would be 800. So if I put 800 in there, obviously 800 plus 37 would give us 837. Okay, now let's do this again. Here's my variable n. I got to take this over to this side. Well, this is going to be 180, here's that, minus, because what do we see right here? We see a positive. So it's going to become a negative 80 equals n equals 100. Now, something I want you to start thinking about when you see this going on. This is really what's happening right there. Because we've been doing this now with positive and negatives. This is really like x. I'm going to change it, keep it the same, change it, opposite. So this is really what is going on right there. X plus a negative 19. Now, I need to take this and get it over here to this side. I'm going to get my x alone, right? This variable all by itself. So this is going to be 81. Now, negative 19, when I bring it over to the other side of the equal sign, it becomes a positive 19 equals x. So 81 plus 19, that would be 100 equals x. So if I put 100 in there, 100 minus 19, that would give me 81. That's what we're gonna kind of start thinking about. Well, let's do this on number 8. Okay, so number 8 says W minus 6 equals a negative 16. Okay, really what this is W, bring it straight down. This turns to an adding problem. Anytime we see a subtraction problem, we could just think about this. And then, since this is a positive 6, that's like a negative 6 equals negative 16. Okay, I'm going to take this to this side. So this negative 6 becomes a positive 6. So this is W equals negative 16 plus 6. Now go back to our rules. Negative, positive, subtract them. If I'm in debt $16, I add to it. I'm able to earn 6 positive dollars. Well, now I'm in debt $10, so I'm still in debt, so that'd be a negative 10. Okay, let's go to number 10. Number 10 is K minus 55 equals 67. Okay, this would really be like K plus a negative 55 equals 67. Okay, I'm going to take my negative 55 over, so it's become a positive 55. So K equals 67 plus 55. Okay, what's 67 plus 55? 122. K equals 122. Okay, that was number 10. How many are on that row? Let's do 2 more, 12 and 14, and then I'm gonna let you work on the rest of those by yourself and see how you do. Little 7th grade work here, you guys. So good stuff for your brains. Okay, here we go. Number 12. Number 12 is this. It's a negative 36 equals, make sure I write it down correctly, P minus 91. Okay? Make sure, okay, good. Okay, so now I'm just going to rewrite this. P, I'm going to turn that into an adding problem, negative 91. Okay, that's what it looks like. That is the same as that. I just rewrote it because remember how we just did that on our last packet? We rewrite our subtraction problem. Okay, well that equals a negative 36. Well, now I'm going to take my negative 91 and I'm going to bring it over to this side because I got to get P all by itself. So negative 36, since that's a negative, it turns into a positive. It just does the opposite, equals P. So now, okay, I got to do this problem right here. A positive, or sorry, negative, positive, I can't add them. I got to subtract them. So P equals, I've already done the math here, so I'm just going to 55. It's a positive because it's like, let's say if I had $91 and then I went and spent 36 because that's a negative, now I have $55. Okay, let's do number 14. 19 equals C minus a negative 12. All right, let's just rewrite this first. Remember, this is a chop. Let's just rewrite it. C, bring it straight down. This turns to adding. Inverse, opposite, that would be a 12. We can put parentheses around it. We don't have to. It doesn't matter, whatever. Okay, 19 equals C plus 12. Well, since this is a positive 12, I got to bring it over to the other side. That's going to be 19 minus 12 equals C. I got to bring this over to that side, do the opposite. It's a positive, so it's a negative when I bring it over. That is 7, so C equals 7. Okay, I am going to let you work on the rest of those. So you will need to finish up this column here, and you will need to finish up, what do we go through, 14? So do 16 through 26. Okay, so that is your work for today. Today is Tuesday. You corrected. Hopefully you did really well on your fractions. I pray you did, because we have been doing that for so long. I just hope this is like clockwork. You just got it. Okay, and then we had 1 page left in that packet, and then we're doing the front page, just the front side of this next packet. Okay, and then we'll talk about this tomorrow. I'll give you the rest of these answers. Please do them and see how you did and see how you're doing on this. And then we'll move on into our packet and do a little bit more. Okay, that's it for today. I tried to go fast because I don't want you to have to sit on your screen forever listening to this. But Hopefully, if it was too fast, you can go back, pause it in some spots, and kind of watch it again, and maybe have that help if I was a little too fast. Okay, have a great rest of the day. Talk to you later. Bye.